back to my channel. So for today's video, I am doing a ranking of my Chanel eyeshadow palettes. I'm going from my least favorite to my ultimate favorite eyeshadow palette. So before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know whenever I post a new video. So what I will do is go from my least favorite eyeshadow palette to my most favorite one of all time. That being said, I feel like this video could become a series that I do and that I redo and update every year because it's December now. Obviously, there's going to be a spring collection coming out soon, which I will be getting and reviewing for you guys. And then there'll be a summer collection, and there'll be a fall collection, and then winter collection all over again. Maybe I can try updating this like review collection maybe once a year. Once I start accumulating more palettes, I can start, reevaluating which ones I love, which ones I don't love as much. So I don't know, leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think. And just to update you guys, I will now be posting videos Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I was thinking of doing something like Mondays would be a makeup tutorial exclusively, and then the Wednesday and Friday would be something else. I'm not quite sure because I can do makeup tutorials, I can do reviews, things like that. So if you guys have anything in mind, would you guys prefer knowing that on Mondays it's always going to be a makeup look, on Wednesdays it's always going to be a review, Friday it can be whatever. Is that something you guys would enjoy? Let me know down in the comments, or does it not matter to you at all? Like, is it just Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Any subject will do. I'm just thinking because like Tati Westbrook, Glam Life Guru, she has like her special days where she does like WTF or like, things like that. So I was just wondering if you guys want to see something similar. If not, let me know down in the comments. So starting off, I have 6 eyeshadow palettes here that I'm going to review for you guys. So the first palette that I'll be talking about that is my least favorite of the bunch. It's actually the Chanel Tissé Vénitien number 232. This came out 2 years ago, I think, and when it came out, it was extremely popular. It's just that it's not very practical for every day. Like I'll swatch these colors for you so you can see the colors are nice. So these are the colors here that swatch. They're obviously very pretty, they're very smooth, they're very creamy. But like I said, on a regular Tuesday, I don't wear green eyeshadow. This is great for when I want to do a mermaid look. But other than that, I don't go to it every week. It's like once a month, every other month that I use it. So it's just not very practical for that. If you are someone who wants to wear green eyeshadows, this is a great palette, but otherwise, maybe save your money for another palette. So my second least favorite palette would be the Tissé Camélia number 202. And again, these colors aren't bad. It's just that out of all of the palettes that I have, I find that these colors are like, this is a swatch here for you guys of the colors. As you guys can see, I have used this palette quite a bit and I've used a lot of the colors quite often. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that out of all the palettes that I have, I feel like these colors, I wouldn't say boring, but they're very like office friendly. Like you could wear this for going to the office, for meeting your in-laws for the first time. I mean, I did do a makeup look with this palette for an everyday kind of office look. It's great for that. But outside of that, I just feel like, I don't know, I kind of want more punch, I want more color, I want more sparkle. I just feel like as I've gotten more Chanel palettes that have like a gorgeous like burgundy color or like really nice shimmer shades, I'm kind of going less and less towards this one and leaning more towards the other ones. Like I honestly think the last time I used this was for when I filmed the video. Okay, next up is the Tissé Paris number 238. Here's a little swatch for you guys of the shades. I honestly find that both of the pink shades, like there's a little bit of a difference, but there's not that much. I was kind of expecting more of a difference in the pink shades. And for some reason, as you can see, like the swatch here of the black shadow looks black, but when I wear it on my eyes, it turns navy blue. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I'm warm toned and this is cool toned. I mean, I like a navy blue smoky eye, so that's fine, but it just didn't really react on my skin exactly how I wanted it to. That being said, I do still wear it. It's probably not the palette that I go for the most, but I still wear it quite often. Okay, next up is the Chanel de Caractère palette. This is the one that came out in the Christmas collection. I feel like this is almost like a controversial eyeshadow palette because I've read some reviews online that were like terrible. Like for some, I don't know why. I like this eyeshadow palette, but I've read a review, I think it was the Temptalia one. I think Temptalia gives a rating of like A, B, C, D on her products when she gives a review, and she gave like a D- or something. It was like crazy, but I actually like this palette. I think you guys already know what the swatches are gonna look like, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I actually like this palette. I do admit that the later shades don't really swatch that well. They do work much better with an eyeshadow primer. I think it's kind of normal. I was able to create like several beautiful different looks. I will link those down in the description box if you guys haven't seen them yet. I quite like this. I like the fact that it's a mix of mattes and shimmers. I feel like a palette that's only shimmer is like, I think it's a good mix of shimmers and mattes. I personally do like the palette. However, I know that it is Chanel, and it is a Chanel limited edition Christmas piece, so it is more expensive than the regular stuff. So from that perspective, I totally understand if it is not worth it for you. But if you're asking me my opinion on the product, I think it's good. I think it's worth it. Next up is the eyeshadow quad called Road Movie number 288. This was part of the fall collection from this year in 2017. So since the palette does have at least one transition shade and one warm tone color, I feel like I'm not just wearing like blues and greens on my eyes. I kind of feel like it's a bit more wearable. You can definitely use some of like the turquoise colors for like a liner. That being said, when this palette first came out, like when I saw it in the fall collection, I was just like, what? Like to me, it doesn't seem like a very fall themed eyeshadow palette, but it works. I don't know, I like it. I think what sells it for me is that there's a shade that almost looks like a bluish purple and one shade that looks more like a bluish turquoise. And then you also have a matte cool tone transition shade as well as a more warm tone bronzy color. So I don't feel like I'm having just cool tone colors. I feel like I can play around with a matte as well as some shimmer. And to me, that just makes the palette feel more complete when it feels more like something I can use every day. Because the Tissé Vénitien, while the palette itself is beautiful, like just the color assortment is gorgeous, it's just to think of using that every single day. Like there's no transition shade, there's no matte shade. I just have a hard time using it alone, and when I do use it alone, it just tends to be a lot. Because when I think of some of my favorite palettes, I think of the ones that can stand alone. They don't need an extra palette to go with it. They don't need an extra eyeshadow. I can just take that and roll with it. Alright guys, now time for my ultimate favorite Chanel eyeshadow palette for the time being. Who knows, maybe 2018 will bring about some amazing eyeshadow palettes that will blow everyone away. So, can you guys guess which one it is? It is the Chanel number 268 Candeur et Expérience. This is part of the 2016 fall collection. I do believe this is still in store. I don't think it was limited edition. I think it's like a new addition to the collection because last time I was in the store I saw it. As you can see, this palette is well loved. I use this palette every single day. It's quite rare that I don't use it because it has really amazing transition shades. The lightest color of the palette I wear every day. I can guarantee you I wear it every single day. The other two matte colors I wear very often. The darkest matte I use quite frequently to smoke out the bottom lashes here, and the red is gorgeous. Let me just give you some swatches here. This palette is just so beautiful and versatile and so practical. But that being said, I know that every company and their dog has come out with a warm tone matte palette in the past 6 months. So if you already own one from Tarte and Urban Decay and NARS and etc., maybe you're not super excited about this one. But if you're in the market for a nice warm tone matte eyeshadow palette, I would definitely go with this one. As you guys have noticed, some of the palettes that I marked as like not as great were the ones that weren't very practical, like the crazy colors that I wear like once in a blue moon. Like that's not very practical. This one I dig into every single day, and I've been digging into it since fall 2016 and it still looks pretty intact. I've been digging into this palette every day since fall 2016 and it still looks like this. So that's a pretty good sign. So these are my current Chanel eyeshadow palettes that I own. Hopefully I will be able to discover some fun new ones in the upcoming months for 2018. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on any of the palettes that I mentioned. Do you own them? Have you tried them? What are your thoughts? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are there any that you're kind of on the fence on? Let me know down in the comments, and also let me know what you guys think about having thematic days of the week. Like Mondays is makeup tutorial, Wednesdays is a review, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I would love to hear from them. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.